Tough realities when it comes to exams. We are expected to mug the entire book up. Basically, it's like an 18 months program where 12 months of it is dedicated for academics. So it's like a mandatory internship. I got to learn Python, Power BI, and SPSS for statistical analysis. I am working as a trade marketing analyst intern, working with a lot of Excel and Power BI, 900 1,700 euros. Erasmus is an EU funded scholarship which I applied through my school, edX, and yeah, I just gave them the necessary documents and then I received the fund. Since my rent was 535, I got like 200 euros of CAF. I don't know, like 335. Just learn a little bit of French.
Hello guys, welcome to Edmox Alumni Spotlight. I'm your host Tara. Today we have Tanya from edX Business School. So hey Tanya, how are you? And thanks for joining to share your study abroad experience.
Hi Tara, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. And how has it been for you?
I'm good, thank you. And so for our audience, could you introduce yourself, like which campus you're from and which program and the year? And what are you doing right now?
Of course. So, my name is Tanya Agrawal and I come from Prayagraj in India. I came to edX Class Business in 2024 for my master's in marketing analytics. And currently, I'm doing my internship at an FMCG company where I'm working as a customer trade marketing analyst intern. So, yeah. That's about it.
Okay, great. So your course is like, was it a 1 year or 2 year program? So how does it work at edX?
Yeah, so basically it's like an 18 month program where 12 months of it is dedicated for academics like studies, in class and online classes, while the other 6 months is dedicated for your internship. So it's like a mandatory internship that you have to do as part of your end of studies. So yeah, it's like an 18-month program.
Okay, nice. So how were your classes? So did you enjoy studying there?
Yeah, I mean, no complaints really. Like some, of course, like there's some sort of improvements that every college has, but so far I don't regret the experience at all. I think it was quite nice. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So how were your classes? Like how many hours? I know it will not be like 8-hour classes.
No, not really. So basically, the classes would, some days it would span for, I don't know, like 6 hours from 9 to 4 or sometimes 10 to 5, or some days it would just be like 3 hours from 9 to 12 or 10 to 1. So yeah, it matters on the days.
Okay, so like what was your class profile, like Indian student or international mix?
It was quite diverse, like I would say. It wasn't just Indian, a lot of majority, or a lot of Chinese or Asian. I think it was a good mix of people from Italy, Germany, a lot of also exchange students who came in from different countries. So that was also a nice experience.
Nice. Okay. So, like, where did you stay during your studies, and roughly, like, what was the accommodation cost and all?
I stayed on campus in the edX student residence, and the cost, it's around 535. That was fixed. Like that is the fixed rent that you have to pay. On top of that, we also had to pay for electricity, which would come for around 100 on summer days and maybe like a lot more on winter days. So it also depends on your consumption, like how much you consume the electricity, the heater and everything. Yeah. And apart from that, we also got CAF. So that was a good thing. So since my rent was 535 fixed, but I got like 200 euros of CAF, which is like government benefit that students get in France. So my rent was literally reduced to, I don't know, like 335. Yeah, if the maths is correct.
Okay. So I hope you were comfortable over there. Maybe it was
it was really, yeah.
Or
it was really comfortable for me, like since it was a studio and everything was private, and it was nice overall.
Okay, great. So next question is like, why did you pick France? Like, did you consider other countries like US, Canada or Australia, or you were prepared like I have to go to France?
France, I would say, because I found this particular course and everything, and also the fact that we get such Schengen mobility that we can travel anywhere. So that was also like a big opportunity for me to travel and explore different cultures. So yeah, I felt like France was a good choice overall, and also since it's marketing and France is all about luxury and marketing, I felt like it was somewhere it was aligned a lot more than other countries.
Okay. So how about the language?
That is one thing that is very tough for us international students.
Yeah,
Like
I
we have to
understand.
learn, and obviously it's true that you cannot cope without the language, but I feel like there's also a workaround, because you see, we all have got internships. I'm currently interning without knowing any sort of friends, so I think there's some sort of workaround. But obviously it's very, very important to learn the language to just integrate better, and also of course for the job opportunities.
I think you will be having classes on French as well, right? In the university of study.
Yeah, we did at edHEC, and it was quite helpful indeed. Yeah, we had French classes.
So like, what did you actually learn? Like top 3 cores or tools?
So, since my course was marketing analytics, it was, of course, very tool based. So, I got to learn Python, Power BI, and SPSS for statistical analysis. So, overall, if I look back, I feel like I really gained some sort of, hard skills, which is in demand, I feel, at the current job market.
Okay, nice. So like, what do you do day to day now? Like, and how easy for you it was to find an internship, and how early did you start applying for an internship?
So, currently, if I talk about my day to day, I am working as a trade marketing analyst intern, and my day really looks like, working with a lot of Excel and Power BI. And I'm working with a lot of data analysis, a lot of retailer data, since it's FMCG. So, we are in contact with all the Belgium and NL retailers. So I'm working on the distribution so that our products are well distributed and they have, like a good visibility in the retail markets. And other than that, yeah, I'm just working with a lot of data. And when it comes to tools, I'm using a lot of Nielsen, Excel, and Power BI. So yeah, I would say overall the skills that I gained at edHEC with Power BI, it's really helping me in my job at this point. And apart from that, sorry, what was your second question to that?
Like, how easy was it for you to find an internship?
So it was definitely not easy. It
Mhm.
required a lot of applications. And with full speed, I started applying from March. I used to do, on weekends, some sort of applications from December, but with proper sort of dedication, I started in March. And yeah, it required a lot of applications, but I would say you still, you have interviews lined up. It's not like if you do apply, you have a lot of interviews lined up because maybe about the brand of that edX is a good college, or you're sort of tailoring your resume as per the job. But if you keep on applying, then I'm sure that you will have interviews lined up, because for me, I had a lot of interviews lined up when I was applying in March. Eventually, this company clicked, and the role also quite resonated what I learned in edX. So I took up this opportunity.
And yeah, all the best for your future career as well, like for full time.
Of course, yeah, I hope. Thank you.
With your student status, you said you are doing an internship in Belgium now. Could you explain like how it was possible and what was the visa process? Was it difficult to get the visa over there, or it was provided from the company?
No, it was pretty easy, I would say, because we get this agreement. It's called internship agreement, and we get it from our college as part of our end of studies. And that agreement plays, as sort of visa, you can call it, to our time in Belgium. So, for example, for me, I just took the agreement from my college, and then I was able to work here without any sort of visa. I just had to give them this agreement.
Okay. So if you're comfortable, like what salary range do students typically see for internships in your field or in your particular city where you're working?
Yeah, of course. Mostly like interns, I would say get around 1400 or so. Particularly in Belgium, it's a little like a range. So the range is between 900 1,700 euros, and it depends on the company. Yeah, some companies give 1,700 while others have a lower range. And I would also like to highlight the Erasmus that I'm getting here. So there's this Erasmus money that I'm getting here, which is like 2,500 euros for 6 months. And we get it, I don't know, like it's 400 euros per month. So even if your salary is like 1,000, since in Belgium, the internship salary that they give is not so much. But with the Erasmus, if you get it, it's pretty good. Yeah, it gets around 1,500.
What is Erasmus? Maybe every audience cannot understand it. So if you can explain.
So basically, Erasmus is an EU funded scholarship which I applied through my school, EDHEC. And yeah, I just gave them the necessary documents and then I received the fund.
So Tanya, I would like to know that if you have written any exams before coming here, like RRE or GMAT, anything as such?
So, not really, like it was not really a requirement for my course. But of course, it was because I had job experience back in India. I had like around 1.5 years of experience, and that's why it was not really required for me. And when it comes to the English proficiency IELTS test, that I didn't took because I showed them my medium of instruction document of my college and school. So I was instructed in English all along, so it was not a problem.
So like you said, 1.5 years. So because of that, it is not necessary to write those tests, or generally it is not needed.
So for the MSc program, it was not required. It was obviously it would give an edge to the application, but it was not required. But for those coming for MIM, for them it's required to take either GRE or GMAT. But for me, it was not required.
Okay. And one thing EDHEC did really well, and one thing that could improve. What is your suggestion on it?
It was a good mix of faculty. I would say the hard skills that I've learned were very, very helpful for me in my career at this point. But I feel like some more sort of skills could be included, like, SQL or something like that they could have taught. And also there was this course for SEO, which I thought was not very well delivered, but it could have been better. So yeah, some sort of improvements on that perspective, but other than that, I think it was a very good experience overall. And apart from that, when it comes to career center and the help from the school to find an internship, I feel like it was good overall, because I remember people coming to provide guidance to students from Snapchat. Someone who is an EDHEC alumni working in Snapchat, he would come and take meetings and review our resume, which I also did, and it was quite helpful. Yeah, like EDHEC helps you to find an internship. Like they can help you with your resume and how you can tailor it and everything, but of course at the end you have to apply and do it.
Nice. Thank you for your honest answers. One skill you had to learn while studying abroad.
One skill, okay. If I want to be candid, then it was cooking actually. Other than that, I think just working with the administrative process of France with everything. It takes a lot of time. So I think the skill I learned is patience for sure. To wait for my documents and everything.
So what is like two best parts of studying abroad versus India, and two tough realities? What it would be?
So the good part about studying in France is, of course, the freedom that you get while you are here, staying alone, being independent, experiencing the freedom. That is pretty good to experience. And the other thing is when it comes to exams, it's a lot more practical here. Teachers don't really expect you to just write long answers. They expect you to be very practical and straightforward with your answers, so which is nice. And tough realities in India is, I think just when it comes to exams, we are expected to mug the entire book up and write. I don't know, it's a lot more theoretical there when it comes to teaching and practical, which I think is a good difference to highlight.
Okay. So next question is like one mistake you made and how to avoid it.
So I would say for CAF, I applied a little late, but it's advisable to apply early because either way they take a lot of time to process your event. So it's always advisable to apply early. And also with the CV, I think just including the keywords and just tailoring your CV as per the job description, I think it really helps.
Okay. So next would be like how easy is it for you to make friends in abroad?
It's nice actually. It's quite nice because people are very friendly. They are all open to help and to be friends. And also since I stayed in the edX student accommodation, I felt like it was easier to make friends because I was surrounded with a lot of people. So it was good overall. Yeah.
There are people from all over.
Exactly. From the word, and they are also very friendly and helpful. So it's not big of a problem.
So next question is, what is the difference, you could say, like living in France versus India?
I think again it's the same, like just a lot of independence and freedom, and just facing challenges on your own. While in India we have like a support system of friends and family. Here also we have friends who turn into family, but it's still there are challenges that you handle all alone. So it's a very good learning to be independent and to just know how to survive and get through everything alone.
True. Okay. So next question is, what is the monthly living cost in your city, like rent, transport, or food?
So rent, I told you, like it's 35 euros, and apart from that, you have more expenses when it comes to electricity. It depends upon individual consumption, but other than that, the transport, I think there are cards that you can buy. You can load like 10 tickets on it, and you can buy. But I would take it every time I go to the city center. So it's like 2.5 euros, if I remember correctly, for one way, and 2.5 while returning. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
So you say that it is all feasible, like transportation and everything.
Yeah, it's all feasible. Like the connectivity is very nice. Wherever you want to go, there's like public transportation available. There's some links from tram to metro, so it's not at all a problem. I think Europe in general is quite good with the public transportation.
One piece of advice for Indian students, what would be?
Piece of advice, okay. I think just learn a little bit of French. I think it's very important. And even though I'm not at the level that I should say it, but still I would like to advise people to just learn the language, try to learn it before coming.
Okay. So would you pick the same country for school and program again? Why or why not?
Yeah, I think I would pick EDHIC and this course in particular because I think it has given me a lot of good skills that are in demand at this point of time, and I feel like it's a gain. Like whatever I have gained, I look at it in a positive way, and I would do it again. Yes, maybe with a better language proficiency.
Tanya, thanks for keeping it real. It was super helpful for Indian students planning France. So if you're like, where can people connect with you in case it like LinkedIn or
Yeah.
any
Yeah, they can connect with me on LinkedIn.
So okay, we'll provide your LinkedIn link below so that they can follow you and you can help many other students. For everyone watching, if you want to help shortlisting courses or planning your move to France, book a free consultation with Edmox, and the link is given below.
I would just like to thank you and the team for giving this opportunity and just being able to talk about my experience. I'm still in my learning stage. It's just my internship that I'm doing. I have a lot to tackle in the future, but at this point I feel like it's good to talk about the experience that I've already had. And thank you for this opportunity again.
Thank you for your time and seeing this podcast. It will be helpful for them to come and study in abroad. So see you in the next episode. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.